I had to do it. I had to do it. Great opening, huh? That is the question. Who wants to be a billionaire? Hello, guys. Welcome to this Monday night. This is going to be our first show of many on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern before we get to for the holiday season ends. So during the holidays, I will be on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern for a ray of sunshine. So make sure to always tune in Monday night till January, and then we'll probably go back to the usual Tuesday night shows. Once my schedule frees up after the busy season. Let me do a couple things here first before we get started here. Okay, I want that. Nice backdrop there. But that was kind of interesting. I thought of creating that title this afternoon or early this morning. I was like, Powerball's getting up to $1.9 billion. So I think I'm gonna give me some tickets. And I said, what's a creative way to to put out Who Wants to Be a Billionaire in retrospect to the game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Because it seems like that. I think everybody's playing. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity that you see that pot go up that high. So like, I feel like this is a craze. I went to when I got the tickets um, this afternoon. I wanted to pick out my own numbers, but those sheets that you had to pick out your numbers, they were all sold out. So I was like, wow. So tonight I'm letting Lady Luck determine um, the fate of what I get between $0 and $1.9 billion. So we'll see. But anyway, hopefully everybody's having a great Monday. Hopefully you are surviving daylight savings time as well. Um, I'm still getting used to it. I can't wait till this weekend when I have to get used to driving to work at night in the dark. Um, so something we got to get accustomed to again with early mornings with sunlight, but during the afternoons it gets very dark quickly. So something we will have to get adjusted to during the end of fall and coming to winter. And by then we probably will be saying, I can't wait for spring to come back so we get our even days back. So, but anyway, um, so tonight it's going to be all positive stories tonight. I got 8 stories in our famous quote segment to end the show. Um, so it's all good story. I found some good stories tonight. I was like, maybe I should just do all positive stories tonight, and maybe next week, maybe all positive videos. Trying to switch it up a bit instead of doing half and half every episode. Maybe it'll be one show that I'll just read stories, and then next week could be one show that I'll just do all videos, which is fine by me because I will help my throat there. So anyway, so if you guys are ready, before that, make sure to share this out to social medias, your Facebook, your Twitters, all of that. Make sure to share that out, this broadcast out, and also to auto host on your Twitch channel as we try to spread some positivity in 2022. And that's soon about the way this month's going. It's November 7th. Um, soon about to say 2023 soon. So make sure to share out this broadcast as we have episode 3 of season 3 to roll along. So if you guys are ready, I already got the first story loaded up. Um, let's see if this thing will communicate with me. And we're going to put the first story up right now. Let's see. That's not where I want to go. Let's see. Better. There we go. That way, again, you have the story right in front of you, then focusing a big screen on me and the little screen on the story there. So our first story for tonight: a woman discovers an exact replica, of grandfather's World War II plane, and recreates a 1942 photo before getting a special ride. And this is from the Good News Network for October 29th of 2022. So we're going to get through some of our stories that happened um, last week, and and um, and try to bring them forward to this week. So, any news that you might have missed from last week, or anything that's new that you might have heard, that's why I try to present it on the show. But again, a woman discovers an exact replica of grandfather's World War II plane and recreates a 1942 photo before getting a special ride. And again, this is from the Good News Network for October 29th of 2022. All of our stories for tonight are from the goodnewsnetwork.org. Make sure to give them uh, a, a look at the website, as they got plenty and plenty of positive stories um, to get you through your day. All right. So if you guys are ready, I'm going to go ahead and drink my first little drink here before we get started. Excuse me. For our first story for tonight. So here we go with our first story for tonight. And nice pictures there. You really can tell. Um, Definitely the same plane, and a nice shot of those pictures there. All right, here we go. An Australian woman got the ride of a lifetime after discovering a replica of her grandfather's World War II plane and traveling 9,000 miles to recreate her favorite photo. Courtney Daunt was never able to meet her Australian grandfather, who fought alongside the Brits in Allied forces flying in a Hawker Hurricane. The plane, called Pegs after his beloved wife Peggy, was shot down during a raid on German occupied territory in 1942. Her grandfather, Charles Bryce Watson, survived but passed away 20 years before Courtney was born. His stories lived on through Courtney's family, and a photo of him alongside the plane had a prominent place in their home down under in Geelong, Victoria. They heard about a Hawker Hurricane being restored in Berkshire, England, and got in touch in a bid to learn more about the plane. They were astonished when they discovered um, restorers had coincidentally used the PEGS tag on the paintwork along with the kangaroo logo from his original model. Quote, "I was so excited when I heard about the plane. I jumped at the chance to see it," said the 38-year-old. "That picture was on our wall at home as I grew up. So this experience hit me like a ton of bricks." So this is the photo. Again, this is her grandfather right there. World War II RAF pilot Charles Bryce Watson with his Hawker Hurricane pegs. So that is her grandfather there. As we continue on, Courtney flew to the UK this month to see the plane, which is used for commemorative flights in the UK, and cleverly recreated her favorite photo. Quote, "It was so overwhelming to be able to see that plane with pegs painted on the side for my grandmother, just like in the photo of Charles." The restoration company, Hurricane Heritage, um, told her the plane was an identical model to her grandfather's, which featured an image of an boxing kangaroo to represent his Australian background. It was part of the RAF Squadron number 174 and flew out of Manston in northeast Kent. Quote, "They were thrilled to hear from me," Courtney told SWNS news agency. She only expected to be able to view the plane and take her photos. But when she got there, to her amazement, they offered to take her up in PEGS 2.0. So there's Courtney there with the nail PEGS 2.0. Nice photo there. As we continue on with the story. Quote, "I jumped at the chance," Courtney said. "A pilot flew me out, and a Spitfire pilot even flew out with us in formation. He flew beside us like cat and mouse. We were doing barrel rolls, loops, and going upside down. But it was the most amazing experience as soon as I got there and saw pegs on the side. I got to not only see but fly in my grandfather's RAF plane. How many people get the chance to do that?" Um, so this is a video here of her. Probably gonna be a story of her and probably something reminiscent of her grandfather or probably her flying experience in this video here. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. And before we do that, I do apologize for the ads on the screen there. Usually I did block those ads off, but I don't know if the website just like, hey, disable ad blocker or whatever. So any ads you see, I do apologize for that. But let's go ahead and take a look at the video here. Oh, hold on, we're gonna start this again. Let's skip way down here. Sorry. All right, let's try that again. All right. So what you saw there is the flights, or her flight from Pegs 2 there. As I do it, as we come back to the story here, but that's amazing that that Courtney um, heard or found out that, hey, my grandfather's plane's being rebuilt. It's going to be with the same name, Pegs 2.0. So, and she gets to fly in that plane that her grandfather used to fly. So, such an amazing story to look at this. And then the comparison of the photos there. This is a great, great story to kick it off here. Um, Story number one. So I'm glad she got that experience. And although she never got to see her grandfather or anything, kind of takes you like, hey, I got to be where my grandfather was, flying the plane and, and get a little bit of a feedback of what he's done um, back then. So I think that was a good honor that she did for her grandfather there, which is kind of awesome. So, woman discovers exact replica of grandfather's World War II plane and recreates a 1942 photo before getting a special ride. And this is from the Good News Network for October 29th of 2022 to kick off story one of eight tonight here on A Ray of Sunshine. As we go on to story number two, and Halloween has passed, but some people have decorated houses and had great costumes. I've seen some of them here on Twitch, of the decorations and costumes and all of that being put forth together for this year's Halloween, as everybody's getting back to the spirit of having Halloween, going outdoors, trick or treating, getting candy and all that, having that pre-pandemic vibe again. And story number two, um, it's kind of like that, but also this was for charity. So a dad makes an epic Halloween yard with giant spider and horror movie to raise thousands for local hospice. And this is from the Good News Network for October 30th of 2022. So if you guys are ready, we're going to go ahead and get started with this story. And look at this house. It's amazing. Look at that big spider in the front there, and all the other spiders, all the webs and all of that. That looks very nice. Very, very creative there. So let's go ahead and get started with this, our second story for tonight. Here we go. A crafty dad has transformed his family's home in England with epic Halloween decorations, all handmade, including a lifelike giant spider, all to raise cash for charity. Kirion King has packed the outside of the house with massive spiders, demons, and webs to create the ultimate spooky and memorable experience. The Halloween cogs start turning each summer when the engineer and carpenter get started on the display with his partner and their two kids. Every year, I built on the last, and it just gets bigger and bigger. This year, we have different skeletons, which I made, some rotting flesh. The giant spider is new, and we've added an 8-foot demon. The idea to raise money for charity came last Halloween when people started offering money um, after visiting this display in Gillingham, Kent. He could have pocketed the cash because the extravagant creation costs a lot of money. Quote, the big spider probably cost me about £1,000 to make $1,100. Wow. Last year, the family raised around $3,100 in 3 days for the local children's hospice called Demoliza. This year, they are determined to do even better and have set up a Just Giving page, hoping to beat last year's total. So there's the family there, I think. Kieran King and his family in front of the spooky house there. As we continue on with the story. And this year, free of COVID fears, the staff plans on bringing some of the children from Demoliza to visit the spooky house. As well as dressing up the house, the 37-year-old always wears a costume, and he chose the iconic Hagrid character this year, going above and beyond. Quote, the outfit is 100% handmade. The trousers and the waistcoat are made of curtains I found in the loft. Even more impressive, he is also wearing 2-foot stilts. So he is Hagrid's height of 8 feet 2 inches. And he started practicing walking on them in the garden over the summer. Quote, my sister is coming up tomorrow and is dressing as Bellatrix Lestrange. So all the Harry Potter fans are going to love it. So there he is as Hagrid there in front of their their house there. Hey Frank, how you doing? Welcome. All right. He says the whole thing is really an activity for the kids. Quote, I have always enjoyed fancy dress parties and stuff, so I have lots of outfits. So when Halloween came around at the time my kids were at the right sort of age, we all got together and started decorating the house. Everything I have made here, the kids have helped out with. If you visit the destination, watch out for King's nephew, who is on scare duty, hiding in plain sight, ready to jump out at unsuspecting visitors. Quote, we have a scream counter. Last year we had 13 people cry out, and that includes adults. We are currently up to 4, and we are hoping for a few more. I think we can definitely beat 13. So there's the house in full view. And this house looks amazing for Halloween here. Continuing on, the family hopes that the house can provide some joy, excitement, and screams for Halloween. Quote, I really enjoy it. It's what I look forward to every year. When I see all the kids come around and my kids helping out, it's so worth it. Mr. King is already thinking about the next gruesome surprise he could come up with for next year, and he is open to suggestions. So we're going to look at the video here of maybe how he transformed the house, or we might be looking at some pictures of it, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. So you got a little preview there of the Halloween house. Again, a great decorative house. I must say, as we get a full view of that house and that big spider. That big spider really would creep somebody out with the other spiders there. So um, very nice thing that he's doing. And again, all of the money they raised during that Halloween event went to a children's hospice. So kind of neat that he was doing that and helping out other people, knowing that what he was about to do cost a lot of money, but to give back to charity is also awesome as well. So very good job that he did there, and hopefully, looking forward to see what he will do next year for Halloween. So that makes Epic Halloween Yard with giant spider and horror movie to raise thousands of local hospice. This is from the Good News Network for October 30th of 2022. As we get ready to go to story number 3 and Airbnbs. I have been in one actually this year, and so I want to get an Airbnb experience. And kind of neat, actually, kind of neat that people rent out their homes and all that stuff for for people to stay, to be closer to attractions and all of that, and so and have a home feel at least. This one here will be very odd if you want to spend a night here. Spend the night in a giant flower pot. Airbnb is funding the most offbeat login. And this is from Andy Corbett of the Good News Network for October 31st of 2022. You heard that right. Stay at a giant flower pot. Airbnb. So there's your full view. It looks like some kind of small scale at first. So I'm trying to see if this is real as we go ahead and read the story. So we'll see. Let's go ahead and get to the story. This is story number 3 tonight of 8 here on the Ray of Sunshine. So good to see you guys on here. Thank you to the lurkers. Thank you to the watchers. And thank you to the replay viewers who might catch the replay later today. Really do appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. So let's go ahead and get started with story number 3 of 8 tonight of A Ray of Sunshine. And here you go. Would you ditch the Courtyard Marriott in order to sleep inside a giant flower pot? What about a nuclear missile bunker, a giant triceratops skull, or a pig sleeping under a quilt of grass and flowers? These are just some of the ideas that came out of the $10 million OMG fund from Airbnb, a contest to find the craziest, most out of the world and innovative designs for unorthodox vacation rentals imaginable. From a pool of more than 10,000 submissions, 100 super creative um, uh-oh, okay, builders and designers will receive $100,000 to bring their vision to life. After the contest was announced in June, the contest was flooded with entries, each more crazy than the last. But recurring mottos did begin to reveal themselves. Airbnb's data showed that more than 400 listings involve stargazing. 680 concepts were wine inspired. Almost 8,000 included solar panels. Nearly 1,000 involved music in some way. And 1,500 included either a treehouse or suspended structure. In Mexico, Diego A. designed a livable giant snail fossil, while Haley M. in the US designed an adobe clay hut shaped like a triceratops skull, with guests beckoned to enter through its beaked, gaped mouth. That's a mouthful to say there. Another Mexican entrant came up with the design of for a series of 10 interlinked room pods on stilts arranged in const- constellation of Orion, and Whitney H. designed a giant terracotta flower pot surrounded by beautiful blooms. These are all like a mouthful here and very creative for an Airbnb. Let's continue on. For music fans, a yellow submarine surrounded by tranquil woods, or the prism from Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon becomes a comfortable room, the latter welcoming guests up a rainbow spectra ramp. Quote, what an incredible journey it has been to be a part of the OMG Fund judging process. There were so many inspiring stories and destinations that I had never heard of before that I'm now eager to visit, said Christy Wolf, who herself previously won the contest by building a giant potato in Idaho. So there's a potato B&B in Idaho, which makes sense. All right, so we got a picture down here. This is the Orion constellation by Amaldo. So this was one of the entrants there. Pretty amazing. Just looking at that as an Airbnb. Pretty amazing. Continuing on, as a builder myself, I can't wait to watch these ideas come to life. These are more than just places to spend the night. Each one offers an entire experience. Airbnb saw 30,000 unique rentals enter their listings in 2021, and their data suggests that properties like yurts, tree houses, castles, and other such places tend to receive very high revenues, saying that globally, the median earnings for an OMG category host active between January 2018 and May 2022 was just over $48,000. As part of the contest, the winners will try to have the property rental ready by summer of 2023. For a full list of the winners or to see more crazy images, visit their website here. And as always, all of the oh, thank you, Duke. How you doing, man? Um, to visit the website, I will post all of the stories that I read on my Discord after the show. So if you want to take a look at the entrance and all the crazy um, housing that they came up with for the contest, make sure to look at this story on the Discord. Let me do my posture check here for a minute for Duke here. So good to see you in here, Duke. Hopefully you're having a great Monday. Thank you so much for that posture check. Really do appreciate you. So again, giant flower pot. We got an Orion um, that we saw earlier in the pictures, a Triceratops, and many others. So I can't wait to see who will win it. And I think they said last year's winner was a potato house in Idaho. So very interesting, creative stuff. So story three: spend the night in a giant flower pot. Airbnb is funding the most offbeat loggings. This is from Andy Corbley of the Good News Network for October 31st of 2022. As we head on to story number four for this evening, um, this is more of a kind of a love story. Um, ever, ever had feelings for someone for so long and you just held it for so long and that just came out and you never know what will happen, right? Well, this one, um, titled "I waited 24 years to kiss my childhood best friend, never engaged after I revealed my secret," and this is from the Good News Network for November 1st of 2022. 24 years. 24 years. And uh, that kind of brings back a little bit of memories to me, though it didn't take me 24 years. But um, I kind of be interested to read this story here because a lot of people do hold feelings aside, but you know, I'll wait until after story to explain. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this though. 24 years to come out, and now this happy couple here is about to get engaged. So let's go ahead and get started and look at the story um, of how this started, why she came out, and all of that. So let's go ahead and get started. A woman who waited 24 years for a first kiss with her childhood best friend is now engaged to be married to him after keeping her feelings a secret for over 2 decades. Kate McNeil and Paul Damon were tied at the hip when they met as young teens in Williamsburg, Virginia in 1997. Despite the 13-year-old girl being mad about her best pal, she never plucked up the courage to reveal how she felt. The pair would talk for hours on the phone every day after school, even falling asleep together on the phone. Quote, We were practically in a relationship, but we never kissed, Kate said. I took the plunge to kiss him when we were 18, but he turned his head. I ran away, embarrassed and broken. Slowly, we stopped talking, but I never stopped thinking about him. They lost touch when Paul joined the Navy and Kate moved away to attend college in Alabama. Kate, now a teacher, and Paul, a master woodworker, both married, but they kept an eye on each other's lives for years online. In December of 2020, after the breakdown of her marriage, the 38-year-old mother of two found the courage to reach out to Paul on Facebook. I've always loved him, Kate told SWNS News Service. Um, I came to a point in my life where I knew I needed to reach out and see if he felt the same way. 2 weeks later, he replied, and the pair talked for hours before he agreed to fly out to Kate's home in Port Charlotte, Florida in January 2021. Quote, he messaged me saying, "Hey, stranger," and we just spoke for hours from there, she said. Paul, now 38, said when she reached out, it was indescribable. Um, Quote, I can't think of a time I didn't think of Kate. Um, in all those years we were apart, no one measured up to her. So this is a picture of, I think, them two are somewhere with some friends there. And this is Besties in the 90s. It's the title of the picture there. As we continue on, having finally told each other about their feelings for one another, they went on their first date in Florida and soon decided Paul would move in with Kate and her children. Quote, we had our first kiss when he came to Florida and it was magical, said Kate. I feel like my life is now complete. Um, Paul recalls how the friends have always been able to talk to each other about anything, and he felt like an idiot when he freaked out that day when she tried to kiss him. Quote, it was like nothing had changed. It's amazing. I picked him up from the airport and kissed him, Kate said. It was our first one 24 years later. After a magical week together, Paul flew back to Williamsburg. 6 weeks later, he moved to Florida. Paul said, we're still best friends. We're perfect for each other. The couple are now engaged and due to be married in July of 2023. It took 24 years, but I wouldn't change our journey, Kate gushed. It's a dream come true. So 24 years. That's a long, 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 long time. But um, just looking at them now, I mean, after 24 years, they now be like, hey, been together for this long, friends, all of that. You know, they finally reconnected first date, and now they're about to be engaged to get married sometime next year. And I'm with Kate. You would be afraid to say something to someone that you know for very long. You don't want to ruin the friendship. You don't, she's more like, hey, let's just give this a shot and see what happens. So I can understand in her point of view, you know, she wanted to try, see what he felt. He turned turned her away early, but they still had a connection as friends. So that kind of was important. And at least their friendship never got hurt by the first time, but now you can recollect all those years later, keeping in touch, have each other's back. That you know what, you get to know each other for that long, you know, it could be y'all could be meant for each other. So that we got from this story here. So again, this is story four, I believe. I waited 24 years to kiss my childhood best friend. Now we're engaged after I revealed my secret. And this is from the Good News Network for November 1st of 2022. As we get ready for story number five, we're halfway through our positive stories. And coming up after all of our positive stories, we'll end the shows out with the famous quote segment. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Our next story, kind of a heroic story here. A young man makes a wrong turn, then saves sleeping family from a fire. They're safe because of him. And this is from the Good News Network for November 2nd of 2022. So a heroic story coming up here, and as you can see it with the picture there. Like hugging him, they're very lucky that he came by. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the story. I'm going to go ahead and give me a little bit of water here. As we get ready for story number 5 of tonight's episode. So if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and take a look at this story. A driver who took a wrong turn was able to save the lives of 4 people after miraculously driving down their street and seeing their house on fire. A doorbell camera video captured the moment. The young man from Omaha, Nebraska ran around the house to start banging on windows and calling 911. Brandon Burt told KETV News 7 that the fire was getting worse every second, but he wasn't giving up. Quote, I just felt like somebody was in there because it was so late at night, I just knew that I had to act quick. On the video, 3 kids are eventually seen running out through the door in the Red Oak, Iowa neighborhood. And finally, their 22-year-old brother, who was looking after his younger siblings, emerged. When he saw the kids come out the door, Burt said, I just felt like I wanted to break down and cry, and I don't even know these people. The boy's mother, Tender Lehman, was in Montana at the time dealing with a family emergency. Mrs. Lehman described Burt, who is a singer-musician, as family now and called it a miracle. They're safe, and they're safe because of him, she told KETV. Because the family's home was not insured, a GoFundMe campaign was set up to collect donations, which has reached $21,000 of its $30,000 goal. Or you can Venmo at Tender Lehman. Watch the incredible video from KETV News. So we're going to go ahead and look at the news story of the heroic guy that made that wrong turn but saved a family from a burning building. Let's go ahead and take a look at it.
Out of Red Oak, Iowa, children escape from their home as it goes up in flames. Good evening, I'm Rob McCartney.
I'm Julie Cornell. The children's mother says her kids made it out safe thanks to a bystander who jumped into action.
KETV News Watch 7's Abby Peterson talks with him and the family tonight. Abby?
Tender Lehman says she was in Montana for a family emergency. Little did she know about the one at home when her house caught fire with her kids inside. That's when a driver's wrong turn led him to do the right thing and saving 4 lives.
Captured on Ring doorbell video, you can see the Lehman family home turn into an inferno. Brendan Burt is the man in the video pounding on windows on the side of the house. Smoke alarms were not going off.
Like every second that was going by, it was just getting worse.
Burt says he took a wrong turn down this road in Red Oak and just happened to see the fire starting.
I don't know, I just felt like somebody was in there because it was so late at night, Like I just knew that I had to act quick.
Inside, 3 children home alone with their 22-year-old brother. The banging and screaming woke them up.
Everything was just black in the living room. There was nothing left of it.
Now watch this. You can see the 3 younger kids burst through the front door through the smoke and flames.
They came out the door, like I just felt, I just wanted to break down and cry. Like I don't even know these people here.
And what feels like an eternity after that, the oldest sibling escaped just in time.
Walked up into an oven of heat and flames on the front wall.
The children's parents were out of town when they got the call.
You better just come over here because you're family now.
On Wednesday, their mother, Tender, met the man who saved her children.
So I'm so incredibly grateful.
For sure.
My kids wouldn't have made it, man.
Sadly, 5 dogs didn't make it out. 2 others survived. The house is a total loss.
This is our living room right here.
But Tender says at least they will be able to move forward together, thanks to Burt.
The Red Oak Fire Department says the cause of the fire is still under investigation. The family says they were recently dropped from their insurance due to a problem with their roof, but there are multiple efforts to help them. We'll include a link to that on KETV.com. Back to you.
All right. So that was the news story there of Mr. Burt there saving the family, and he was a lucky guy there. Came at the right time. Made again. He said he made the wrong turn, but to get to his destination. But he came at the right time to save the three. I think it was 3 or 4. I thought I heard 3, but I think there was an extra one. So the 4 people in that house, and just banging on the windows, and they managed to get out of there safely. And that's incredible, incredible. Again, someone was watching over them and telling them, "Hey, got to get out the building, get out the burning building." And what sent the guy to go to that wrong direction was kind of a miracle there. So I'm glad that happened. Glad that the people are alive from the burning building. Again, they lost some dogs though. So but um, the family is all together. That's all that matters. So kudos to Mr. Burt there at sea. It's kind of is now part of family to them for saving their lives. So young man makes a wrong turn, then saves sleeping family from fire. They're safe because of him. And this is from the Good News Network for November 2nd of 2022. As we get ready to go on to story number 6 of 8 here on A Ray of Sunshine. And this is related to health news and something I have never, for one person, I have never heard of. So I'm very interested to read this story here. And I'm going to go ahead and read the title here. A groundbreaking patient who survived 12 different types of cancer could hold the key to detection and treating 12 different types of cancer. This is from Andy Corbley of the Good News Network for November 4th of 2022. So if you guys are ready, we're going to go ahead and read this. Again, this patient had survived 12 different types of cancer. So I wonder who and I'm assuming it might be the female here that's in front here, but we'll see. As I said, CNIO researchers, lead authors Marco Mulberries and Carolina Villarroya. If I said them right, maybe they're authors of this, but I'm interested to see the patient that had the 12 different cancers. That's kind of amazing who survived those. So let's go ahead and get started. A unique patient who has survived a dozen different types of cancer tumors over a lifetime could provide the key for researchers to develop new early detection and immunotherapy treatments, says scientists. A cancer diagnosis can change someone's life, but 12 is nothing that any of us could probably comprehend. The course of this individual's life has been nothing short of extraordinary. They first developed a tumor when almost still a baby, followed by others every few years. In less than 40 years of life, the patient has developed 12 tumors, at least 5 of them malignant, each in a different part of the body. Despite this death sentence, as most would see it, the patient's immune system seems to be supercharged and capable of producing anti-inflammatory responses strong enough to fight off all these various cancers. When the patient first came to Spain's National Center for Investigative Oncology, or CNIO, a blood sample was taken to sequence the genes most frequently involved in hereditary cancer, but no alteration was detected in them. The researchers then analyzed the individual's entire genome and found mutations in a gene called MAD1L1. This gene, continuing on, is essential in the process of cell division and proliferation. CNIO researchers analyzed the effect of the mutations detected and concluded that they cause alterations in the number of chromosomes in the cells. All cells in the human body have 23 pairs of chromosomes. In animal models, it has been observed that when there are mutations in both copies of this gene, each coming from one parent, the embryo dies. To the astonishment of the researchers, the person in this case has mutations in both copies but has survived, something that has simply never been seen before. Frank, thank you so much. Stretch, hydrate, and posture check. I'm gonna do those after this story, Frank. I'm gonna do it after the story. Quote, academically, we cannot speak of a new syndrome because it is the description of a single case, but biologically it is, said co-author of the study, Miguel Uresti from CNIO. Other genes whose mutations alter the number of chromosomes and cells are known, but this case is different because of the aggressiveness, the percentage of aberrations it produces, and the extreme susceptibility to a large number of different tumors. Continuing on with the story. It is the hypothesis of the reporting authors that the consent production of these double mutated copies has created a chronic immune system defense to these types of cells, which helps tumors disappear more quickly. The discovery that the immune system is capable of unleashing a defensive response against cells with the wrong number of chromosomes is, according to the authors, one of the most important aspects of the study, which may open up new therapeutic options in the future. 70% of human tumors have cells with an abnormal number of chromosomes. Furthermore, this literally one-of-a-kind person could pave the way for better diagnosis. Individual cell-by-cell analysis of the patient and some relatives who have single mutations of the MAD1L1 gene revealed, among other anomalies, that the blood cell contains several hundred chromosomally identical lymphocytes. Let me see if I can find that. And I do again apologize for the lymphocytes. Apologize for the ads here. Thus coming from a single rapidly proliferating cell. Continuing on, lymphocytes are defensive cells that attack specific invaders. Sometimes, however, a lymphocyte proliferates too much and spreads to form a tumor. This is the process which in this work, the single cell analysis will be capturing, the earliest stages of a cancer. Based on this finding, the researchers propose in their paper that single cell analysis can be used to identify cells with tumor potential long before the appearance of clinical symptoms or markers observable in an analytical test. That is a lot. I know I read a lot, and it's probably a whole bunch of science terminology there, but to have 12 different types of cancer, and there were tumors, by the way, and to survive them. And they used a study on this person to wonder how they can survive it and how can it be treated. And it comes from, I think the chromosomes, is something wrong with the chromosomes, 23. So a defect in the chromosome, but also lymphocytes are defensive cells to attack specific invaders. Those two main things could be key to help fight off the probably not 12, but probably some kind of cancer that somebody might have. So that's very amazing. 12 different types of cancers, tumors, to survive. And then they find a way of how this can be treatable for others. Again, probably not what this person had, but just a single cancer. So very, very intriguing read. Again, though with all the medical terminology, but a very incredible read indeed to look at here again. So groundbreaking patient who survived 12 different types of cancer, the whole key to detection and treating. And this is from Andy Corbly at the Good News Network for November 4th of 2022. As we get ready for story number 7 of 8. And again, after the stories here, we're going to close out the show with quotes. So you want to stay tuned with that. And we're going to go to our next story here. And this one is actually very kind of nice, I guess, if you are interested and helpful here. The title is She Just Loves Cleaning and Now Helps Women in Need by Scrubbing Homes for Free While Traveling the World. And this is from the Good News Network for November 5th of 2022. And let me get to Frank here. Frank is about to watch some wrestling. Frank says almost a lot of SmackDown superstars backstage at Raw, preparing for Survivor Series. So, and old Frank, let's see, stretch, hydrate, and a posture check. So, thank you, Frank, for all three of those. So, we're gonna get to hydrate. Well, I can do the hydrate last. We'll get stretch first. So, go ahead and stretch real quick. Actually, you know what? Make sure you see the stretch. Let's change the camera view. There we go. So, thank you again. Get a little stretch here. Actually, I needed that. That was kind of nice. We're gonna do another posture check. So thank you again for the posture check. Duke was in here earlier and gave me a posture check. So thank you for that. And then we'll do our hydrate. So again, thank you so much, Frank. Don't lose your points. Oh, don't lose your pants. No, I won't. Why would I lose my pants anyway? So anyway, thank you, Frank, so much for those. So now we're gonna go back to the story. He said, "Don't lose my pants." That's funny. All right. So let's go ahead. Again, we are in story number 7 of 8. And again, the title of this is She Just Loves Cleaning and Now Helps Women in Need by Scrubbing Homes for Free While Traveling the World. And again, this is from the Good News Network for November 5th of 2022. So if you guys are ready, going to check Raw start, be right back. All right, Frank, no problem. Let's go ahead and get started with our 7th story for tonight. All positive stories tonight, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. Wow, that's a lot to clean up, by the way, looking at that picture. Let's go ahead. A woman loves cleaning so much that she gave up her job and is now traveling the world scrubbing homes for free, helping women who need a huge hand. Ari Katrina was a service manager at a cleaning company in Finland in the summer of 2021 when she decided to quit and follow her unique passion. Quote, "My dream is to clean for free all over the world and help people with less doing something I absolutely love," said the 29-year-old, who has become a bit of a social media sensation by sharing her cleaning tips. Quote, "I've always loved cleaning and I began posting videos online of me just cleaning my family and friends' homes 2 years ago. Then one day, a woman asked me for help because she was struggling so much and her home was so messy. She had 3 kids. Let's try to find the story. She had 3 kids, and her husband had just taken his own life. So she was finding it really difficult. Ari, who says she's in heaven whenever she cleans, was more than happy to help. In fact, she was excited to help. Quote, "I went on a weekend and cleaned her home for 2 days. By the end, she was crying and her kids were hugging me and thanking me. I could see the transformation in the house and how happy they were, and it was the best feeling ever." The young woman from Temporary has gone as far as the USA and UK to help people who are in desperate need of decluttering and cleaning. So this is her there. And again, at a house here. It's cleaning up there. That's amazing, amazing. Her name is Ari, by the way, again. Just amazing to have the strength to do that. But we'll get to the comments at the end here. Continuing on, now thanks to her huge TikTok following of 7.8 million fans and the 2.1 million on Instagram, We watch her viral videos that share cleaning tips and before and after photos. A corporate sponsor has reached out to cover her expenses. She decides where to clean from reading requests she gets online, but chooses only the dirtiest, grimiest homes belonging to people most in need. Quote, I only clean for free. You can't buy my services, and I won't ever charge anyone to clean their home. For the first 6 months, she covered all travel and product expenses herself, about €300 per visit. Then Scrub Daddy, a cleaning sponge brand, became a sponsor. Now Ari goes to clean strangers' homes once a week for 2 days and creates content for her social media channels, including lists of some of her top tips, some of which have racked up 24 million views. Quote, when I go in, I always start with just taking all the rubbish out and decluttering all the surfaces. From there, I usually clean the hallways first so I can walk through, but honestly, it doesn't matter where you start, just start. So here's some of her viral cleaning tips. Hey Brenda, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Go ahead and put you on the screen here. So good to see you. Happy Monday. Hopefully you're having a great Monday. So good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Let's go ahead and get to her cleaning tips here. Her biggest trick when cleaning ovens or stoves is to use cling film. It's absolutely magical. If you have a dirty stove, and actually I need to take notes on this stuff here. I'm kind of interested to see what she has to say here, by the way. If you have a dirty stove, put oven cleaner and cling film on it. Wait overnight and the stains will melt away. The same goes for inside your oven. A lot of the time, it's not about a fancy product that you use. It's about the time and the tools. If you have lime scale in your bathroom, a lot of people ask what product is best to use. But really, the most important thing is a strong tool like a scraper and a metal scourer. Most of the cleaning agents she recommends are simple and natural. Um, I wash my toilet, quote, I wash my toilet and shower with just dish soap. It's the best product ever. It removes grease. And in the shower, you, of course, have grease from your body, so it can remove all of that. For your home office, Ari says less is more. All you need for dust is a microfiber cloth and water. It removes 99% of everything. You don't need any product. Her toolkit mostly just contains only a few basic things: vinegar, dish soap, oven cleaner, power paste for Scrub Daddy, a scour, a scraper, a dish brush, or old toothbrush, which is fantastic for tiny crevices, a duster, microfiber cloth, and a Scrub Daddy sponge, which appropriately is the shape of a smiley face. If you haven't seen a Scrub Daddy sponge, it really is a smiley face on it. Kind of unique. So this is Ari again, and again, the amazement of cleaning, her finding a way to clean the houses and the conditions. So this is a like a bathtub, maybe a bathroom, and that's the Scrub Daddy down there. She's holding there with the face there. But that's not how it looks. I'm assuming this is when she cleaned. Um, that's probably what it looked after she cleaned it. Because the Scrub Daddies, I think, have an orange smiley face. So um, that's incredible. Continuing on, quote, companies will try and sell you a different cleaner for each room in your house, but it's not necessary, she insists. She said that some jobs take longer than the usual 2 days. Quote, there was one home which took 4 days because the girl had lived there for 6 years, but was just too depressed to clean. She was such a lovely girl, but she was so depressed she had even shaved her head so she didn't have to take a shower. Her bathroom was totally black, but I cleaned all day and it was so great by the end. People that I help are often really struggling, but they want to change. So I come and help them take the first step. Many people send me messages after 6 months or a year showing me their homes that are still clean, which is great. Ari feels passionately that cleaning should be a fun activity rather than a chore. Watch her perform some magic in this video of a hideous bathroom mess. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this again. Just amazing. I'm gonna again give my comments on this at the end, but just amazing what she's doing. So let's go ahead and take a look at the video here. So that was a little snippet there of her cleaning, and I'm impressed. I have to see her. I have to see her work. I don't think they gave her handles, but she is on TikTok and she is on Instagram. I'm like you, Brandon. You said she's. I gotta read your comment again. I can tell already she's a much better person than I. She is. I mean, just doing this. She's traveling around the world cleaning these houses. The people are going through something. You know, maybe mentally that they don't want to clean. So she goes around to people's homes and cleans, and she does it for free. She cleans their houses for free. That's that's the big tip off here. She cleans the houses for free. But I assume somewhere she has to make some revenue somewhere. She does have a sponsor. The Scrub Daddy is a sponsor. She might have another sponsor, but she does this primarily on her TikToks or Instagrams to provide cleaning tips. So I'll tell you, she's one strong lady after reading that story and all the mess, all of that stuff she has to clean, and she doesn't mind it. That's very incredible for what she's doing. Not only, helping people out, but try to give them advice, you know, maybe there's something that why you're not doing this. Just giving them advice. And after that advice, she's happy to see that they're still keeping up with their houses with cleaning and all of that. So it's more of a mental thing, I want to say, just to help people. It's like the show Hoarders. Um, if I can put an example to what she's doing here, but not more of hoarding, it's more of cleaning. If I could put that into a retrospect there. So, um, but it's amazing what she does, and again, just to help people and say, hey, you don't need all these products. It's very simple to clean this stuff. So, I have to look. Maybe it's just her regular name on TikTok and Instagram. Again, her name is Ari, Auri, Katarina, Katarina. So I'm gonna have to look her up on TikTok and Instagram after this show. I have to see her. I have to see this. That's amazing what she's doing. So she just loves cleaning and now helps women in need by scrubbing homes for free while traveling the world. And this is on the Good News Network for November 5th of 2022. That's an incredible story. An incredible story of what she's doing there. I have never heard of her until now. So I'm kind of interested to see the homes and what she encounters and what people can do. So very interested to hear more about her story. Very, very interesting. This is story number 8. This is our last story before we get to quotes. Tonight was all positive stories, and next week will probably be all positive videos. So we're gonna mix it up a little bit each week. So store employee angels are rewarded for assisting an injured elderly woman. I was immediately surrounded, and this is from the Good News Network for November 5th of 2022. So this is our last positive story for tonight before we get the quotes. Let me get to comments there. Yeah. Brenda's just looking at the bathrooms and the kitchen. She's like, I'm not doing She is way better than me. Yes, definitely better than me. That's not enough money to get me to clean that much sludge. Yeah, not enough money. She's doing it for free. But again, I think she's using some of her. She has to have some revenue somewhere, and I think she might be using the social media revenue. She got millions of followers, so I think social media is helping her with the money. But she, in her heart, and probably some sponsorships along the way, she's doing it free of charge. So, um, let's see. Almost. Oh, I almost puked watching her. Yeah, I mean, that's some conditions. I think they have to pay me. Hold on. They have to pay me. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me put me back up to a little bit of a bigger screen for a minute here. There we go. Yeah, they're gonna have to pay me about $1.9 billion. About $1.9 billion for me to do that. Yeah. Uh, Again, she's brave. Yeah. Um, I'd have to have one of those suits they wear in toxic environments to go in. Yes, exactly. I need to go get some new ones. Some new ones. What suits? Suits or tickets? Oh, huh. Powerball. Yes, please do before well you're central, but I think that's 10 o'clock. Yeah. No, 9 o'clock. When did they go out? 10 of I think there's a cutoff time. I think an hour before the drawing. But yes, make sure. You missed my intro. I'm gonna close. I might close out with what I played at the beginning. Yeah, breathing all that crud is. Yeah, it is. Oh crud, they draw tonight. No, yep, it's tonight at 11 Eastern. So not too late to go ahead and stop and get you a ticket somewhere close that will that sells them. But yeah, they are drawing tonight. So um, make sure to get a ticket because, like I said, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. But I feel like someone's going to get it. I, I saw the numbers Saturday and I was like, those numbers were too high. And I think anybody would pick something too high of numbers, I don't think would have won it. And I was right. So, um, yeah, there's a gas station across the way. Okay. Yeah, make sure to get it. I think they stop an hour before the drawing. So, yes, make sure to get a ticket or me three. I would have went more, but I'm like, it was the first of the month. Already had all these bills paid, so not much money. But I would not, for a pot like that. And then if I don't hit the numbers, you still get more money. If you even get a Powerball and some of the numbers, it's worth a chance. Why not? All right. So back to our last story before we got into the cleaning and the Powerball. I'll probably close the show out with what I played at the beginning to close it out before we raid somebody tonight. Store employees, angels, are rewarded for assisting an injured elderly woman. I was immediately surrounded, and this is from the Good News Network for November 5th of 2022. So if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and close out positive stories for tonight before we get the quotes. And I'm gonna have a comment about the Christmas stuff afterwards as well. It's just amazing. They're starting Christmas very early. We haven't got to Thanksgiving. All right, so if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and get started. That'll probably be at the end of the show. Let me get some water as well. All right, here we go. The Lowe's hardware chain presented an Angel Award to employees in California who rallied around a customer that took a bad fall in the parking lot. Deborah Hayes told GNN that her elderly mother was shopping in the Modesto store when the accident occurred and called the incident a wonderful story of people helping others. The 80-year-old lost her balance and fell on the concrete, hitting her head. Quote, there was blood everywhere, she wrote in a thank you letter to Lowe's. I was immediately surrounded by a truly wonderful group of people, largely your staff and another wonderful shopper. Hey, Mawal, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Continuing on, the unnamed Good Samaritan was invited back to Lowe's sometimes later for a surprise Angel Award ceremony where she was presented with a lovely gift basket from the staff. She had taken the senior's house keys, volunteering to bring her shopping bags home and take care of her dog. Under an arc of white balloons, employees gathered to recognize one of their co-workers whose kindness also went above and beyond. The company presented Belia Villa with flowers, a crystal plaque, and a $500 check. So let's see, Belia Villa is the left. So okay, so the left is Belia, and the right of the elderly lady is the Good Samaritan. So just incredible work there. Deborah's mother, who had fully recovered after getting stitches, was also on hand and given a gift basket. She voiced her gratitude to the two women who came to her, and especially Bella, while store workers applauded. She recalled, quote, I felt her heart beating against me. She truly is an angel. So we're going to watch her speak to the employees here that helped her out. Before then, let's go ahead and give Mawal his moment to shine there. So good to see you in here, Mawal. So good. I'm feeling okay. Had to abruptly end stream because my emulator crashed. Oh no. Oh, that was very unfortunate. Oh man. Sorry to hear that. That's the not so beauty of live streaming, but the emulator crash and a whole bunch of other stuff. But still, hopefully before that happened, you had a good stream of Legend of Zelda. He's playing some Legend of Zelda this month, guys. So make sure to give Mawal a follow as he plays some Legend of Zelda. He says it's all good. I'm still in a good mood. That's good. Good. We like to see a happy Mawal in here. All right, so let's go ahead and check out this. Thank you, Brenda, for giving the shout out. Let's go ahead and take a look at the speech from the customer to the employees. Oh, okay, there we go. I think this thing just starts at speed, but I like to take a look at the full video. So it's only 3 minutes.
is because I brought her an angel to give to her this morning. So I had no idea it was an angel award. And I just have to tell all of you who were with me that day that I felt surrounded by angels. Truly, I did. You are all amazing. Lowe's is my place forever and ever. And this young lady here just truly blessed me. And I just, all of you are truly wonderful. Thank you so very much for being so great. This woman here, I've never seen her before in my life. She came over and prayed for me. I wound up giving her the keys to my car and my house. She went home, took my Lowe's groceries, things that I bought, took care of my dog, Sassy. That's why Sassy's here today. But this lady here, I felt her heart beating against me. She pressed up against me. So she truly is an angel. It's a perfect blessing for her to have. So thank you all, angels, angels. And I have no brain injury. That's what I was really worried about. I was really concerned that I had a brain bleed. I got my head stapled back together, and here I am. I'm back. So thank you, Julia. Thank you. And thank every one of you for being such wonderful people. God is good. Beautiful. Yeah.
All right, so that was her speech there to the Good Samaritan and the employees of that Lowe's there, and it's incredible, just in a panic of a moment, just to something fell, blood, try to get help as quickly as she could. And the Good Samaritan was there to help her out. The employees were there to help her out. It's just incredible, an incredible story to see heroics and quick timing in order to help out this customer in a very dire situation. So, and I felt like that was kind of a good Christmas felt. I saw Christmas tree, so I was like, all right, this got to be a good way to kick off at least a good holiday story. So, I wish all these people a happy, good holiday season. So hopefully we'll be catching up more of these holiday stories as they roll along for the show here. So, just an incredible start to at least a good holiday story. So, store employee angels are rewarded for assisting an injured elderly woman. I was immediately surrounded, and this was on the Good News Network for November 5th of 2022. As that will close out positive stories for tonight. And we're going to go ahead and close it out with our famous quotes from a famous person. So we're going to go ahead and get that started real quick here. See if we can put this on theater mode. We'll pause it. And our quotes from tonight are from author, writer, Jack London. One of his most famous books I read in high school was White Fang. I think it was high school, middle and high school maybe, was White Fang. So I do remember Jack London. I was like, oh, that name sounds familiar. So this is his quotes for tonight. And by the way, a little promo here. Malwell's going to continue on with the Oracle of Seasons again on Thursday morning. So if you have insomnia or anything, just can't sleep during the middle of the night, make sure to follow him. He goes live at he's brave 4 in the morning. 4 in the morning on Thursdays to play Legends of Zelda. So make sure to again give him a follow, and usually Thursday mornings around 4 a.m. Eastern he'll be live. Usually when I know he goes live when I start to go to bed on late Wednesdays. So and usually I try to catch his Thursday morning streams when I wake up and catch a little bit of it as well. So again, give him a follow. He's a great guy, great friend, a great brother. So give him a follow. All right. So again, we're gonna go ahead and do our quotes again. This is Jack London, the writer, author. Most notable book I can remember he wrote was White Fang. I read the whole book. Very good book. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at his quotes. This will close out tonight's show of A Ray of Sunshine. So let's go ahead and take a look at his famous quotes.
For inspiration, you have to go after it with a club. Life is not always a matter of holding good cards, but sometimes playing a poor hand well. To be able to forget means sanity. Intelligent men are cruel. Stupid men are monstrously cruel. The more you drink, the more you want. Hate of some people binds them together as love could never bind. It is far easier to see brave men die than to hear a coward beg for life. You should rather be a superb meteor, every atom of yours in magnificent glow, than a sleepy and permanent planet. Fear urges some people to go back, but growth drives them on. Law is one thing, and right is another thing. Ask any lawyer. Some people are not half living or quarter living. They were simply so many bags of bones in which sparks of life fluttered faintly. A bone to the dog is not charity. Charity is the bone shared with the dog when you are just as hungry as the dog. You should rather be ashes than dust. The proper function of man is to live, not to exist. You should not waste your days in trying to prolong them. You should use your time. The most beautiful stories always start with wreckage. Limited minds can recognize limitations only in others. It's better to stand by someone's side than by yourself. Some people are not immoral, but merely unmoral. After all, only one life is given to a person. Why not live it properly? And at the instant you knew, you ceased to know. Affluence means influence. You may be beaten, but you are not broken. The trouble with some people is that they have no imagination. A woman is a failed man. A person should not see himself in his true form. Then life becomes unbearable. No man can be intellectually insulted. Insult, in its very nature, is emotional. If cash comes with fame, come fame. If cash comes without fame, come cash. Got to take a gamble. The only way to find out is to find out. If a person is jealous, it means they loved. The human soul is a lonely thing. It is not in what you succeed in doing that you get your joy, but in the doing of it. Man always gets less than he demands from life, and so little do they demand that the less than little they get cannot save them. Only life makes you suffer. It doesn't hurt to die. To die is to sleep. Death is the end. Peace. Why, then, do we all not want to die? Many overworked intellectuals and unskilled laborers, succumbing to delusion, take the path along which alcohol leads them to death. When a man and a woman wish to unite their hearts, heads may roll and even kingdoms fall, but they will not give up. Nature is a spendthrift. Look at the fish and their millions of eggs. For that matter, look at you and me. In our loins are the possibilities of millions of lives. Man rarely places a proper valuation upon his womankind, at least not until deprived of them. Beauty will remain in the universe when a person dies, but not vice versa. Beauty does not depend on an insignificant person wallowing in mud. Beauty is the only master to serve. A good joke will sell faster than a good poem, and measured by sweat and blood in comparison with a poem, will bring the best reward. The fortunate man is the one who cannot take more than a couple of drinks without becoming intoxicated. Avoid friends who drink because they may drink to make you more interesting to them. You make yourself weak when you say you don't know how to do it. The purpose of life is prey. The essence of life is prey. Life feeds on life. All living things in the world are divided into those who eat and those who are eaten. And this law said, eat, or they will eat you yourself. Life is so short, you should sing one song rather than interpret 1,000. Show me a man with a tattoo, and I'll show you a man with an interesting past. For life achieves its summit when it does to the utmost that which it was equipped to do. Only reality never lies. To man, alone among the animals, has been given the awful privilege of reason. Man, with his brain, can penetrate the intoxicating show of things and look upon the universe brazenly, with indifference toward him and his dreams. Growth is life, and life is forever destined to make for light. Life that did not yearn toward life was in fair way toward ceasing. Alcoholism is a product of barbarism. It has been holding humanity in a stranglehold since the time of hoary and wild antiquity, and collects a monstrous tribute from it, devouring youth, undermining strength, suppressing energy, destroying the best color of the human race. Life is always happy when it is expressing itself. Get a notebook, travel with it, eat with it. Throw into it every thought that inadvertently appears in your head. Cheap paper is still stronger than the gray matter of the brain, and pencil notes store thoughts better than memory. As one grows weaker, one is less susceptible to suffering. There is less hurt because there is less to hurt. To invent mortal sin, a man was needed, with his imagination and his power over matter. Merely because you have got something to say that may be of interest to others does not free you from making all due effort to express that something in the best possible medium and form. There is a greater strength than wealth, and it is greater because it cannot be taken away. Our strength, the strength of the proletariat, is in our muscles, in our hands to cast ballots, in our fingers to pull triggers.
All right. So that's Mr. Jack London there and his famous quotes. As we go ahead. At me back in the stream. Hold on. There we go. I took myself out there. That was weird. All right. As I bring myself back on full screen here. And guys, that's it. That is episode 3 of A Ray of Sunshine for season number 3. All positive stories tonight, except the quotes, but we always end it out with the quotes. So if you miss any of the stories, they will be on my Discord. Hopefully I can put them out tonight before I go to bed. So yes. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you. You too. Before then, before I get ready to hop off, let me go ahead and do my little promos real quick. Again, I am on holiday hours right now, so I'm trying to get accustomed to being on Monday nights at 7 p.m. So make sure to join me from now to January on 7 p.m. Monday nights here on my Twitch channel for A Ray of Sunshine. And of course, throughout the week, I might be doing some gaming streams like Tuesday and Wednesday for trying to get The Last of Us Part 2 done before Thanksgiving. So if you're interested in that, I will be doing that tomorrow and Wednesday as well. But for A Ray of Sunshine, it will be Monday nights at 7 p.m. during the holidays. So make sure to tune in every Monday night in case except if anything changes. Discord, make sure to follow my Discord page. The link, when you put ! Discord, the link will be there. Season 2 and 3 of A Ray of Sunshine, all the stories that were on that were featured on the show are on there, as well as Summer of Sunshine that I did during the summer. All of those stories are on that Discord, so make sure to check them out. The Mental Health Hour with Tim and Gemma, Wednesday nights, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. They have a guest this Wednesday, and I couldn't put up their ad, so I'm going to do it magic by phone, their advertisement. Let's see if I can pull it up. Here we go. John McCabe. I have never heard, but I think Gemma knows this person. So it'll be someone new that we have not heard of. There we go. I'm going to put the ad right there. Mr. John McCabe is a guest on the Mental Health Hour this Wednesday night. So make sure to tune in and get to hear from John McCabe, hear his life story. So again, that's 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, the Mental Health Hour, Wednesday nights. Make sure to tune in. Great, great programming. I know last week they did with the money. That was a great show. I really loved that. So um, great topics that they do over there. So make sure to tune in. Jim in Chicagoland, another great supporter of A Ray of Sunshine. Make sure to join him on Catalyst, also Wednesday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern. You be on a candle, say what you have on your mind to him. Kind of like very peaceful there. And I know a couple times I fell asleep on the candle. So it's very relaxing. So Catalyst Wednesday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern. Twitch Blitz Thursday nights after Thursday night football. I don't know what the Thursday game is. But after Thursday night football, he goes on do his predictions on games for the upcoming football schedule for that Sunday. So make sure to check Twitch Blitz and also Saturday Night Trivia. This is a busy guy. I have to catch his replay. I think he did something with Decades Saturday night, so I'm gonna have to check his replay on that one. Kind of interesting. But that's Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Jim in Chicagoland. Give him a follow. Very busy man, but he has done live streaming for about 6 years now, and he is a very, very good guy. He has helped me out, start me out live streaming as well. And I think that's it for my little community calendar. I did want to rant about the Christmas trees. That's like we just skipped ahead from Halloween to Christmas, and we all forgot about Thanksgiving. We can't forget about Thanksgiving, but anyway. And also, two important things. Good luck to anybody who's playing the Powerball tonight. $1.9 billion. $1.9 billion. I'm pretty sure. Eric, hey Eric, how you doing? I'm about to head out, but it's so good to see Eric in here. He's a good supporter of the Mental Health Hour. He's always in there with Tim and Gemma. So good to see you. Thank you for the work. Yeah, I'm about to end out the show though, but it's so good to see you in here, man. Make sure to give him. I don't know if Brenda's still in here to give him a shout out. If not, I can do it. Pretty sure he went live tonight, or I don't know if he's still live. I'm gonna give him a shout out. So make sure to follow Eric J Gaming. He does a broadcast. Oh, okay, you're still here. I did it. All right. He does. I think he does broadcast Monday nights as well. Make sure to give him a follow as well. He's a great guy on the Mental Health Hour. Great supporter of Tim and Jim over there. So yes, the lottery. Anybody that's playing, good luck. $1.9 billion. I'm feeling like somebody's gonna win it tonight. So so best of luck. And if you don't win, if you get some of the numbers, you're still gonna get some money. So like I said, it's a risk between 0 and $1.9 billion. You got to do it. Also, tomorrow is election day here in the United States. So if you are interested in voting, elections, and all that, make sure to go to the polls, have your voices heard. Very, very, very in state elections, I think, midterms. So make sure to vote on election day tomorrow, if that. All right. Other than that, I am done. I did say at the end I was going to play what I played at the beginning of the show with the lottery tickets. So I'm going to go back and change my background, and I'm going to try to find someone to rate as well while I do a quick thing on that one there. So so until then, I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for gaming, Tuesday and Wednesday, but that's for anybody that wants to drop by. But anybody that's interested in A Ray of Sunshine, I will see you guys next Monday for the show. I really appreciate y'all so much for being here. Brenda, Eric, Frank, he's watching wrestling. There's a guy making knives. Oh, well, when I play, make sure that, well, you can rate them. So I'm gonna play the music for about a minute, and then when I say go ahead and rate, you can rate them if you want. Frank was in here earlier. He's probably doing some wrestling and Monday Night Football right now. Mawal was in here. I thank him. I thank everybody else that's lurking and replay viewers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Now we'll see you guys. So I'm gonna close out this show with some music. And Brenda has the person on there, Lone Mountain Knife Company. So that's if you want. He's someone new. I started following. Okay. You know what? I like someone new. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the raid. I'm gonna do the raid. Give Brenda a little bit of a night off during the raid. I'll set the raid code in since I gotta control the music and stuff on this background here for the beginning. So, but we're gonna check them out once I get the halfway through the music. But very nostalgic music I'm about to play in a minute. All right, so I'll rate him. So before I close it out, I'll make sure to have a great day, have a great week. Be positive, stay safe, be kind to each other, and I will talk to you guys later somewhere around this week if I see you in someone's channel. All right. So let's close it out with what I just played at the beginning. All right, and some great graphics as well. So take care, everybody, and let's do this. I'm coming off the screen. Take care.